Hello everyone, I hope all is well. Shani on here. Today I am going to do a Geera pork demo for you all. I want to say that you can, it's the same way you cook all Geera meat, right? Don't, not because it's pork. If you want to have Geera chicken, just follow what I'm doing, right? You will just need less water because it's chicken, and you're gonna ask your butcher to cut it up in for stew or curry when you are going to do your Geera chicken, right guys? Alright, so my pork is cubed nicely. I brought it like that, and it's seasoned with a fresh metal seasoning. You all know that's all I use, which is like shadon benny, garlic, pimento, onions, and you know, size and things like that. You can also season with hot pepper if you have persons going to eat that can't tolerate hot pepper. Why it's looking this dark is because when I'm doing curry and Geera meat, I put some into it, right, in my seasoning mixture. That's why it's already looking that color. This is what is known in culinary world as cumin. This is ground cumin, right, and this is the cumin seeds, right? But you will need this to make Geera meat. This cannot work, right? You will need this to make it. This cannot work for that purpose. You need this, right? Which is the powder. This is some more of my seasoning, because you all know I always say that seasoning cooks off. And this is of course some canola oil, and I'm going to get directly into my pot. So we are about to start this demo this minute or second. A minute is too long, right? Get your pot very hot. You don't want to use too much of oil because pork releases its own oil. So I'm just going to put in the Geera at this stage, the powder, the cumin powder. Pot is screaming hot. Be careful because you don't want your Geera getting cooking up, you know. You just want it to hit the heat. And I'm going to throw in the meat at this stage, right? Just watch. Followed by a very little bit of water, right? So it's toasty and nice looking in there. Don't be afraid to get your hands in, and you want my ready gloves, right? Just gonna put a bit of water in there. Not too much. About that to start. Just about that to start. And of course you need to be careful. You have some like fillers going on if you turn it too quick, right? Smells just lovely by the way. As a little side note, it's optional, but when you are cooking Geera, wash and peel a Portugal and put half of the skin directly inside of your pot with your meat. Remember to take it out before serving though, right? Remember, pork needs a longer time to cook. It's somewhat of a tough meat, so pay attention to things like that. Even though it's in nice bite-sized cubes, you need it to cook properly, right? I will still let it marinate in your refrigerator for about an hour before you use it. Season it. If you want to season it overnight, by all means, feel free. You can Geera turkey wings. You can Geera chicken breast, boneless if you have it. You can Geera gizzards. In Trinidad, they Geera the chicken neck, and so forth as cutters. When I say cutters, that's for people that might be having like a little socializing going on at their home or in a public place, and they don't want to have like food, but they will eat things like these just to help sustain them during that liming period. In Trinidad, lime is a term used for saying chilling out, right? So you all see how it's looking, right? My thing with let me tell you all, this can be pressure cooked, but because I have so much experience cooking, it's not a brag, I'm speaking the truth, right? Because I have so much experience cooking, I can tell you all now, when you pressure any Geera, it don't be the same as in texture and sauce richness and reduction of gravy as if you let it cook off bit by bit and simmer. There is a totally different texture of your reduction in gravy, and if you are well learned and so forth in cooking, you will realize, like me, no one can pass off pressure cooked Geera or pressure cooked curry for me and I not know the difference. I know it immediately. There is a difference and I could tell. Not in taste, but there is something about gravy texture gives it away from me immediately. So what I will say is you add your water in tiny bits, right? In tiny bits, and you want to cover your pot, right? So I'm just going to add a little bit more water here again, right? Little bit. Give a gentle stir. This is about the color I want. Sometimes we have Geera and we see it very dark. There is nothing wrong with that, right? Some persons just happen to like it very dark. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's all about the cook and their desired preference and desired color and so forth, right? So we're gonna cover it. A hot pepper, like I said, could be added in there. Whole pepper in Trinidad. That's how we cook things like these, right? And as I'm getting into like halfway of the cooking, I will put a whole pepper. Right at this stage, it might be a little too early. It could chance it being burst and releasing too much of heat, because remember, this is a tough cut of meat. It's pork, right? So let's just remember things like that, right? So you all see how it's looking. The sauce is already so rich and good, right? You see piece of my shadow and Benny in there. It's not shadow Benny, it's shadow and Benny, right? And that's what you are seeing at the moment in there. It looks so rich and so lovely already. It's like ridiculous the way it looks, right? So keep watching, and what you want to do when you are cooking this is make sure it is cooked thoroughly. How will you know that? Is when your meat is tender, totally tender. This cannot cook for under 35 minutes, 40 minutes. Believe me, without pressure and me soft. It's not going to happen. You all understood that? Even if your stove is new or, you know, somewhat aged, or, you know, let's just leave it to cook for that amount of time. We just don't want it turning into hash or mash. By that I mean that we don't want it mashing up. We want it maintaining its nice cubes. So I'm just going to cover it and let it go for that extended period of time that I just called. Right, guys? Alright, guys, keep watching. So guys, we have reached to the end of our Geera pork demo. Our pork is cooked just nicely. We don't ever, at least I don't, leave any liquid in it. It's a fully reduced meat, right? It's cooked just brilliantly. This is what it looks like up close, right? I am going to put it against some white for you all to see, and then I'm going to garnish it with some fresh shadow and Benny. So let me just put it now in my bowl that I will be serving it in. It's just lovely, right? This can be eaten with a number of things. In Trinidad, it's served with hop spread. Hop spread is like a kind of huge dinner roll, if I'm to explain it for any person that's not a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. It's like a huge dinner roll, about the size of a tennis ball or so, right? That's what a hop spread is. It can be served with rice or roti, right? It's just beautiful, beautiful, really nicely done, right? So this is what we have with our Geera pork. I am going to just put it on my board and garnish it now with some fresh shadow belly, right? Shadow belly is a seasoning that's native to the Caribbean, not full. So I'm just gonna garnish it with some, right? I'm gonna do a zoom in when I'm finished garnishing for you guys to see the loveliness that we have. Tender pieces, bite-sized pieces of pork, right? Right, that's about where I wanna go with my garnish, right? If you don't have shadow belly, you live in the US and you want to try it or somewhere international, you can use some size on there. It's going to be just as lovely, right? Parsley is a little too mild or supple in taste for intense flavor that I will want on you. But if it's all you have, go ahead, feel free. Guys, you all know the pleasure as always was my own. The business is all over social media. We are on Instagram. Of course, we have the YouTube channel, and there's a page on Facebook all under the name Food by Chamion. If you're wondering what the Chamion is about, that is my given first name, right? It is spelled C-H-A-M-I-O-N. There's a business address for there's an email address, sorry, for the business. If you want to come into direct contact with me privately, that address, that email address is foodbychamion@gmail.com, or common letters. Again, my first name is spelled C-H-A-M-I-O-N. Guys, until I meet you all, bye.